Even though he is not officially running for president, billionaire Michael Bloomberg wants to get on the Texas primary ballot. KXAN Morning News anchor John Dabkovich got perspective on the race from Ross Ramsey with the Texas Tribune.
Michael Bloomberg has talked a lot, or at least we've heard whispers of him joining the race. He filed the paperwork to be on the ballot here in Texas. How much of an indicator is that he's serious about running?
Well, I mean, this used to be how you announced a race. You would go file, and that was the day that you were in. And, Bloomberg has not declared his candidacy. He has declared his interest. Filing the Texas ballot data puts him on the ballot here and tells you a little bit about his strategy. He has said he would skip Iowa, he would skip New Hampshire, he would skip South Carolina, jump to the Super Tuesday states, and here we are in the big one.
Who else, though, has signed up or is close to signing up that we know of?
I assume that, most of the people who were on the stage in the Democratic debates are going to sign up at some point, but so far we've only got Klobuchar, Harris, and of course I'm doing a Rick Perry, and I can only remember two.
Buttigieg,
thank you.
He's the one. Castro, though, not on the ballot yet or hasn't signed up yet. What does that say about the state of his campaign?
I think the Castro campaign is pretty clearly not going to succeed at the presidential ballot, but I think he's a really strong contender in the Veep stakes. When you finally get a Democratic presidential nominee and they begin looking around for who might be the #2 on the ticket, Castro brings some things to the ticket. In states like Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada, Colorado, having an Hispanic on the ticket could be a real plus.
Switching to state politics, the Republicans here have basically hired Karl Rove to help organize their campaign to keep the House in 2020. What does that say about their mindset and how threatened they feel perhaps in the upcoming elections?
They knew they were going to have to defend the House. Dennis Bonnen, as Speaker, had raised $3 million. This was going to be the defense fund, protect the Republican majority in the Texas House. Bonnen ran into his troubles, and these other groups have stepped up and said, we're going to raise $5 million for defense of the Republican majority. They specifically said they're not going to oppose any incumbents of either party. And they asked Karl Rove to be treasurer of it. They said they're going to use $5 million. It's still not clear what the Speaker's $3 million is going to do. Does it go into this group? Does he run his own operation? Does he stay out?
Do we really think Karl Rove is just going to count the dimes and pennies, or is he going to be strategically involved as well?
I think he loaned his name to it, and I think he's certainly going to be a consultant, and they're going to ask him, what they ought to be doing here. But I don't think that he's the guy running the show. He's the guy listed as the treasurer. But there's significance in putting that name there, and obviously it helps him raise some money among Republican donors.